Taco Techno Tuesday, from what I've heard, is started in Mexico. And I have some friends that do it in Vegas, of course. And then I've been wanting to do it. We just never had a facility to do it at. So then I talked to Ronnie about it. And he's like, let's do it here at Batch. I thought it was a little too small, but it's a great way to start that, the vibe, get it going. My favorite DJ in Tucson is Hart. And for me, like, his techno is like on point. He's open for a few big names here. So we asked him, and he's like, yeah, for it, on it. So he's our resident. But then, of course, we have our little guys that don't normally play techno. It's like, dude, I want to play techno. So they want to play. So I'm booked the DJs until May of next year. Just DJs that just want to play. So it's pretty amazing, just like for the love of music. I pay them in tacos. They go for it.
I'm just trying to stay relevant, definitely. And every time I play, it's my passion for the underground's always going to be there. It's, I want to play those records that people have never heard before. I want to take elements of what I've learned over the years and incorporate them into my sets continuously. And just, that's what I'm all about. So, yeah, I want to keep popping up in different parties, and maybe I'll throw some of my own parties. We'll see. There's a lot of crews in town where I really flow with what they're trying to do, and I think that it's a positive thing, and we'll just have to see.
So Ben, I guess, had met Romy in LA. Booked him to play here, and we all just like very much connected, and I resonated a lot with the music that he played because he was brought up in the same scene that I was. Like, he listened to all the same music as me growing up, and we even have like very similar like upbringings. Like, our family situation is very similar, and the friends that we made, our high school, like, career, like, it all just became like a very weird coincidence that we had like all of these things in common. And at first it just became us kind of sharing music with each other, just sending each other tracks, and then we would have instances where we could play together, and it just became fun, like, and then we were like, maybe we should do this like for real, like maybe we should become a duo. So I had gotten the opportunity to play with a group called Secret Sessions in Sedona, and I had asked if I could have Romy on the bill with me, and they were like, hey, it's your slot, like, you do whatever you want. Like, so we weren't even officially Panther yet, but that's when the name came up. Was we had to put all of our tracks in a folder, and Romy named it off the top of his head Panther, because it sounds like a rock band. Like, it sounds like a metal show that you want to go to and like see Panther. Like, it's just something he came up with, and it stuck, and we never deviated. And that was the name of our folder from the Sedona show, in which we like just kept that going. And that night was spectacular. It solidified almost everything that I had done. I'd played like Playground a few times, and like played a show with Ben for the Love House crew, and just that. But like, this show like just really made me actually feel like I had accomplished becoming, like, going into being a DJ, and more importantly, like, our status as a duo was like, everything couldn't have been more perfect. Like, we were just in sync with each other. Like, the feeling that I got when I played with him was just so surreal and pure, and knowing what that felt like totally fueled us to keep going.
I met Ben at a warehouse party, and he came over to my house to after the after party. He approached me and was saying something about Dazed and Confused, saying you should come out and play, I'm gonna book you, and I've gotten a lot of empty promises. So I didn't believe Ben as far as I could throw him, and he's a big guy. So I got off the plane back in March to go play a show, and Shelby was the artist, I guess, liaison to pick me up from the airport and made sure I got from the airport to dinner to get fed and to the show. Yeah. And that was it. At the time, I saw Shelby and saw her as part of the Dazed and Confused collective, and she was just as cool as anyone else. I wanted to be friends with everyone. I really liked how each personality was very consistent in a way where I can go to any Dazed and Confused member and I would get the same love and acceptance. It was a collective of friends working together, which I didn't know that if anybody was paid. I thought maybe everyone was getting paid for this, and when I found out nobody was getting paid for this, it was even more of a like motivation for me to want to get involved or to participate in whatever they were doing. I was so inspired, and I think that's what drew me to Arizona and Tucson more specifically, to become an artist there. And when we sat down and or stood up and DJ'd together, it was something magical, because we were just showing each other tracks on the DJ equipment that was playing through speakers for people, and people were enjoying this incredible performance from what I've been told. And I didn't even see it as that. It was like the definition of having fun and it turning into something really special. And it really came easy to me, and why I think I continue with it. Yeah. When I see those people, like even J Hart, I look at them as like father wisdom, or like they just have seen it all, and they're entertained by Dazed and Confused, and they're not bothered by it. They're just, smirking and joining in on the fun that Dazed and Confused is creating.
I think Ben probably saw me playing, knew that I kind of dabbled, just because there wasn't that much of an audience. So usually all my dance records stay home. I play hip hop and everything else. And so I think he might have caught wind or seen me play house once and was like, oh, what's this? And invited me to come out. And that's kind of when I got jumped in, probably about a year ago. I remember like right around the time it started coming up, and there were shows from DNC and getting involved with those guys.
What did you feel when you were there in terms of the environment, the vibe, the people that you came in contact with? What was it like, just the feeling that night?
Just a lot of love and support, definitely. It was really cool. There were so many people coming by and like patting me on the back while I was playing or hugging me, and the response afterwards was wild. I didn't realize that people were listening that hard. Sometimes you can kind of write that off at that time in the morning, but I think people gave a shit what I was doing, probably more than me, and that, like, I give a shit about what I do, so it was really heartwarming.